Just recognize Somaliland, and this is an absolute game changer. Let me explain. But first off, what is Somaliland? It does depend on who you ask. If you're to ask a Somali nationalist, they would say that this is a northern region of Somalia that's illegitimately trying to break away. But if you're to ask a Somaliland nationalist, they would say that they are their own country. Now, in terms of domestic affairs, Somaliland has effectively operated as its own country since 1991. But on the international sphere, Somaliland until recently has not been recognized by anyone else as being its own sovereign independent country. But what's critical about Somaliland for this video is that it's near a very important area of water called the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. The Bab el-Mandeb Strait is very narrow. It connects the Indian Ocean with the Red Sea. There's also two other countries I'm going to talk about in this video that are near this area, Yemen and Djibouti. But what makes the Bab el-Mandeb Strait so critical is that anywhere from 10% to 1/3 of all international trade passes through here on its way to the Suez Canal. Now, this area is so critical that it's actually heavily militarized. So for instance, in the tiny country of Djibouti, there are 12 foreign military bases that are there, including one from the United States, and they only exist there in order to protect ships passing through. Now, Israel, though, has had a dilemma over the last 2 years. Its ships passing through the Bab el-Mandeb Strait have been under attack from a group called the Houthis. The Houthis are a group that control the most populated areas of Yemen, and for the last 2 years, they've been engaging in a blockade against Israeli ships in order to resist Israel's ongoing genocide of Palestinians in Gaza, which is of course a wonderful and very brave thing to do. Now, the United States, though, oddly enough, has actually not been able to use its military base in Djibouti to stop the Houthis. The reason for this is because Djibouti, as a tiny country, doesn't really want to get involved in a full-scale war against Yemen. And this has angered the United States quite a bit. In fact, it's gotten the United States so angry that in the Project 2025 document, the so-called blueprint, that's over 900 pages for Trump's second term, they actually, on the section on Africa, single out Djibouti for bad relations and propose instead that the United States recognize Somaliland. And the implication here is that the United States could then have a military base there that it could conduct operations to protect its ships as well as to stop the Houthis. Now, what seems to have happened today, though, is instead of the United States, it's actually Israel that has taken on the initiative, going ahead, recognizing Somaliland, and has nothing to do with the Somalilanders' self-determination or what's going on in their own country. Israel, of course, wants to have its own military base there that it can use to attack its enemy, the Houthis. That's why this is happening, and that's why this is critical. I think the United States will follow suit very soon, and probably the United Arab Emirates as well in recognizing Somaliland. Thank you.